Hi friends, welcome to class. For today's practice, you don't need that much. However, if you have at hand a couple of blocks, a blanket, and a strap, maybe just have them with you. Whenever you're ready, come to your mat. Let's get started. Start today in a puppy pose. But before we get there, maybe grab a couple of blocks, place them somewhere around here. And just think about this puppy pose more about creating a space underneath the armpits. So you're going to send the hips back. Make sure that the fingertips are almost at the very edge of the block. And you're going to start dropping, letting the chest maybe rest on the mat. From here, allowing yourself to create the space from underneath the armpit. A gentle elevation of your shoulders. Wherever you are, keep sending the hips back. Let's take a couple of breaths here to slowly start arriving to your mat, to your practice. Using the breath to slowly soften everything a little bit more. Noticing the breath traveling throughout the whole of your back. Two more breaths. One more breath. Use the exhale to rebound and make your way all the way to tabletop position. You can let the blocks be there if that feels good. And wherever you are, you're going to inhale, gently bend the elbows, lift the heart center, flick the tailbone towards the sky. And exhale, round the back, press the ground away, create a space in between your shoulder blades. Thinking about the length of the spine, articulating every single little bit. Lower back, middle back, upper back, press away. Two more like this. Inhale to look forwards. And exhale, round the back, press the ground away. Beautiful work. Whenever you're ready, come and sit on your heels for a second. You're going to go ahead and bring the fingertips behind you. Option one, maybe you stay here. This is a big pose. This is a lot already. Just trying to find a little bit of that stretch in the quads. Option two, maybe you lift the hips towards the ceiling, squeeze the glutes together for a soft camel pose. Take it easy. This is just the third pose of today. So allow yourself to find a sort of soft camel that feels available. Two more breaths. One more breath. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. From here, come and sit in your heels. Maybe the hands are going to rest on your thighs. Thinking about a strong back and a soft chest. And on your next inhale, breathing in all the way from the tailbone to the crown of the head, a deep inhale. And a long exhale, let it go. Few more rounds like this. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Thinking about clearing the space, using the breath. Inhale all the way up. Clear the system, let it go. Beautiful work. Before we go anywhere else, bring your awareness to your heart center. And maybe set an intention for today's practice. to this purpose is clearing the space, wherever that means for you, maybe in the body, maybe in the mind, maybe in the breath. Maybe once you get into the mat this morning, you felt a little bit, busy. Maybe the road was slightly crowded. There were quite a few cars. So we're gonna work on clearing everything out of the way. Whenever you're ready, take a deep inhale. And exhale, blink your eyes open, let it go. Beautiful work. Whenever you're ready, meet me back in downward facing dog. When you're downward facing dog, start pedaling your legs, pedaling your feet. Keep pressing the ground away with your thumb and your index finger. Thinking about sending the hips back. Imagine that you want to touch the wall behind you with your tailbone. 2 more like this. Start tapping into the breath, the length and the breath, the length in the spine. 1 more like this. Beautiful. Work on your next inhale, waving the spine all the way forward. Articulate every single little bit of the spine. Come all the way to your high plank. And exhale, bend your knees, bring your bum towards the heels, downward facing dog. 2 more like this. Using the inhale, use the navel to ripple forwards. And exhale, make your way back. 1 more like this. Inhale brings you forward. And exhale brings you back. Beautiful work. On your next inhale, wave the spine all the way forwards. Drop your knees, bend the elbows. And come all the way to your bellies. So from here, bring the fingertips outside the top corners of the mat. Make sure that you have a space. Press the top of the feet. And on the next inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes, rise up. And use the breath to let it go. 2 more inhale. And exhale, let it go. 1 more inhale. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. On your next inhale, lift the chest and the arms behind you, palms facing downwards. Lift the legs and elevate. Locust pose. We're going to keep holding here. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades in. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. On your next exhale, hands underneath the shoulders. Press away. Let's make our way to downward facing dog. Beautiful work. From your downward facing dog, inhale, your right leg rises up. You're going to go ahead and bend your right knee. Create the space in the right side of the hips. Imagine that you want to touch your left armpit with your right toe. 1 more breath. And exhale, come back to center. Use the inhale to stretch a little bit more from your left hip. Bend your left knee. Left toe wants to touch the right armpit. 1 more breath. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, waving the spine all the way forwards. And exhale, making your way to your downward facing dog. When you're downward facing dog, take an inhale, your right leg rises up. Now listen carefully. Bend your right knee. Your right foot is going to land behind your left foot. You're going to bring both of the heels onto the mat and use the inhale to lift and elevate the hips. You're going to reach in the sky with your right fingertips. And exhale, make your way back to center. Let it go. Inhale, your left leg rises up. Bring your left foot behind your right. Use the heels. Dig the heels in and then lift and elevate. Create the space. 1 more breath. On your next exhale, make your way back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful work. From your downward facing dog, bend your knees. And start walking your hands all the way back to your feet. Once you get there, bend your knees forward, fold. Let go of the head and the neck. Find that gentle hinge at the hip in this pose. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. On your next inhale, strong legs, strong feet, come all the way out to standing. Bring the hands to the heart center. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, drive the hips forward, inhale. And exhale, bend your knees, cascade down, forward fold. Beautiful work. Your forward fold, make your way back to downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, you're gonna drop the left knee onto the mat. And use the inhale to reach your right heel towards the mat. Modify side plank. Thinking about driving the hips forward. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. On your next exhale, come back to center. Slowly here. Dropping the right knee onto the mat. Inhale. Modify side plank towards the left. Wherever you are, think about stacking the left hip on top of the right. 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, come back to center. Tuck the toes and the hips back, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. 1 more breath in this space. Notice the symmetry of the shape. On your next inhale, your right leg rises up. Bend your right knee. Right toes lands behind your left leg. Drive the hips high. Wild thing pose. Keep squeezing the left glute in. 1 more breath. And exhale, come back to center. Inhale, your left leg rises up. Bend your left knee. Land your left foot behind your right. Drive the hips forward, straightening your right leg. Lift and elevate. Wild thing pose. And exhale, come back to center. Let it go. From here, drop your knees, child's pose. Beautiful work. That was something. That was a lot already. Take a couple of breaths here to reintegrate, refocus. Noticing the heat. Noticing maybe the intention showing up. Take a deep inhale. And a long exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. So, I'm gonna go ahead now and grab your strap. I'm just gonna face you so you can see me properly. And you're gonna come to a little bit of the flossing in the shoulders. Always feels quite nice. Sometimes myself, I'm super tight in the shoulders, so I kind of do this almost every day. You're gonna bring the strap slightly wider than your shoulder width is apart. And then you're gonna take an inhale, send the shoulders behind you. And exhale, roll it back in. Few more like this. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. 2 more. Inhale, you leave the heart center. And exhale, let it go. 1 more like this. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. You can go ahead and set the strap aside. We will use it at the very end, but just make sure that you already have a loop kind of prepared to, once we go into wheel pose, you have a little bit of support there. So next place we go in, grab a blanket. I like to kind of work comfortable, so you always have a nice padding under your knees. Maybe something like this, maybe slightly lower. Play around, see what shows up, see what you need. Beautiful work. We're gonna go into camel in a second. Before we go there, come to your knees. Wherever you are, keep squeezing the glutes in. Beautiful work. We're gonna tag the toes. And from here, you're gonna inhale and send the left arm behind you. And the left arm is gonna land on your left heel. You're gonna go ahead and keep driving the hips forward and straighten the right arm towards the sky. Think about spinning from the left side of the ribs. 2 more breaths in this side, half camel pose. 1 more breath. And exhale, come back to center. Same say, the other side. Inhale, right leg. Beautiful work. Right hand meets the right heel. Keep driving the hips forward. And the next inhale, bring the left arm towards the sky. 2 more breaths here. One more breath. And exhale, come back to center. Beautiful work. We're gonna go now into our thrust fold. So this is gonna help you build that strength when we go into back bending, especially in the glutes. So whenever you're ready, you're gonna cross your arms, bring the hands on top of your shoulders. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Now, letting the back be as straight as possible, you're gonna start leaning back. Keep squeezing the glutes, keep driving the hip forward. And try to find the sweetest spot. We're gonna hold here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Almost there. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. Bend your knees, come to sit on your hips. A little bit of this in the quads. Good job. Now, option 1, we're gonna stick to half camel. 5 breaths one side, 5 breaths in the other. Option 2, maybe you feel ready, you feel open. Maybe you wanna go into your full camel. So, I'm going to show you full camel, otherwise, stick to half. Whenever you're ready, tuck the toes, squeeze the glutes in. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, send the left hand behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the hips forward. Now you're gonna send the right arm behind you. Keep squeezing everything in. You're gonna lift the heart center. We're gonna hold here for 5 breaths. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, let it go. Good work. Beautiful work. Whenever you're ready, start making your way to your backs. Making your way to your backs. We're gonna take one last symmetrical back bend of the day. I'm gonna give you 2 options. And then I'm gonna also show you what you can do with a strap if you are still working on your strength to go into your full wheel. It's actually something that's been so helpful for me throughout my years of practice. So, have a block at hand as well. And wherever you go, you're gonna come to your backs. Option 1, you're gonna place the feet onto the mat. Make sure that the hip width is as apart, heel close to the bum as possible. Palms facing downwards. You're gonna take an inhale. And exhale, let it go. Through the heels, lift the hips, bridge pose. So option 1, you're gonna stay here around 10-ish breaths. Option 2, if you had enough, not much gas left in the tank, you're gonna bring the block underneath your tailbone, just so you have a supported bridge pose to work with. Gentle elevation of the hip versus the shoulders. Beautiful. Option 3, if you're ready to go, you're excited about this back bending, you're gonna go ahead and test what's up with your full wheel. So, you're definitely ready. We did a lot of prep specifically for that. So you're gonna bring that belt to sit almost slightly wider, the shoulder width distance apart. You're gonna go ahead and bring the belt to your forearm, somewhere around here. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, you're gonna bring, before you go anywhere, strong in the legs. You're gonna take an inhale. And on the next exhale, you're gonna press away. So press through the heels. We're gonna hold here for 5 breaths. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. On your next exhale, slowly start making your way down. Good work. Bring your knees towards your chest, let it go. Let all the effort wash away. Beautiful work. Bring your right ankle on top of the left knee. Recline pigeon pose. Maybe grab hold of your left leg. 2 more breaths. Sending the breath to your right glute. One more breath. Exhale, let it go. Go ahead and change the legs now. So left ankle on top of your right knee. Make sure that the back of the head is nice and soft. One more breath. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful work. Anything else you need to do before we move into the last pose of today's Shavasana? Go wherever you need to go now. Otherwise, go ahead and straighten the legs, straighten the arms, palms facing upwards. And take a deep inhale here. Clear the system, let it go. Notice how much space we've created. Notice maybe now the road is slightly emptier. Not so many cars around. Notice how the breath feels slightly clearer. And as always, take as much time as you need for your Shavasana. Allow yourself to be here as much as you need to rest, to recover, to reset. And this is where I'm gonna leave you. Hope you enjoy this practice today. This quick and easy back bending practice. Thank you so much for joining me for practicing today. And I hope to see you in the next video. Peace. Thank you.